What if one day you stepped outside and realized the sky had suddenly grown dim, as if someone had covered up the sun? And just a few weeks later, the moonful and radiant also began to vanish into darkness. What would you think? Is it a warning from the universe, a good omen, or a bad one? Or maybe just a strange coincidence? You're not hearing it wrong. There have been months in history when both a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse occurred, in extraordinary meeting of light and shadow unfolding within the same lunar cycle. In today's video, I'll guide you through the mysteries of this rare phenomenon, from the lens of science to the whispers of the mystical, from cold hard data to real-life events recorded throughout human history. What are solar and lunar eclipses? Before we dive deeper into the mystery of why both phenomena can appear in the same month, we first need to understand, what exactly are they? Imagine this. The moon, a small satellite orbiting Earth, somehow manages to make the entire Sunday vanish for a moment. That is a solar eclipse. A solar eclipse happens when the moon passes directly between the Earth and the sun during the new moon phase, and when all three celestial bodies align almost perfectly. At that moment, the moon, despite being much smaller, can completely block sunlight from reaching the Earth. People call it the darkness at midday, a moment both strange and heart-pounding. On the other hand, imagine a night when the full, radiant moon suddenly turns a blood-red hue and slowly disappears into a shadowy mist. That is a lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth stands between the sun and the moon, casting its shadow upon the moon. This can only happen during a full moon, when the moon's orbit intersects the Earth's shadow zone. Depending on how sunlight is refracted through Earth's atmosphere, the moon can turn coppery, deep red, or even seem to vanish almost entirely, creating a scene that is both haunting and poetic. And when both of these events unfold in the same month, we're not just witnessing a rare cosmic alignment, we're standing before a door cracked open, revealing the silent but majestic laws that govern the universe around us. You might be wondering, if a solar eclipse only happens during a new moon and a lunar eclipse only during a full moon, then how can both occur in the same month when those two moon phases are nearly half a cycle apart? The answer lies here. A lunar month, the time it takes for the moon to orbit the Earth, is only about 29.5 days. That means within a single calendar month, which usually has 30 or 31 days, there's enough time for both a new moon and a full moon. And if, at just the right moments, the Earth, moon, and sun line up in nearly perfect alignment, then the sky offers us a rare gift, both a solar and a lunar eclipse in the same month. But that alone isn't what makes this phenomenon so rare. You see, the moon's orbit isn't perfectly aligned with Earth's orbit around the sun. It's tilted at a small angle, about 5 degrees, like two plates slightly askew. So most of the time, even when there's a full moon or a new moon, the three celestial bodies don't line up precisely enough to cause an eclipse. Only when the moon passes through two special crossing points called nodescan can an eclipse actually occur. In other words, for both a solar and a lunar eclipse to appear in the same month, we need a perfect combination of three conditions: the right moon phases, near perfect alignment of the Earth, moon, and sun, and the moon passing through one of its orbital nodes at just the right time. A choreography of absolute precision, as if someone programmed a universe of flawless logic yet still filled with wonder and poetry. Historic moments when solar and lunar eclipses appeared together. If you think this is all just theoretical, let me share with you a few real destined rendezvous between solar and lunar eclipse events that truly happened. Let's go back to July 2001, of the rare occasions when humanity witnessed 3 cosmic eclipses within just 30 days. July honest, a partial solar eclipse. July 16th, a total lunar eclipse, the moon turned blood red. July 31st, another partial solar eclipse. In a single month, both the sun and the moon seemed to vanish before our very eyes. A cosmic performance that hasn't repeated itself in decades. But that wasn't the first time. Back in March 1904, the sky hosted another strange gathering. March 20th, penumbral lunar eclipse. March 17th, annular solar eclipse. March 31st, another penumbral lunar eclipse. 3 eclipses in a single calendar month, a phenomenon that, according to NASA statistics, has only happened 12 times in the 500-year span between 1,801 and 2,300. And the next time you'll be able to witness 3 such events in 1 month? December 2206. A moment none of us today will be around to retell. But here's the fascinating part. If we shift from the solar calendar to the lunar calendar based on the moon's cycle, these alignments aren't quite so rare. From 2000 to 2050, there are 14 months in which both a solar and a lunar eclipse occur within the same lunar month. For example, in 2011, a lunar month included a partial solar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse, and yet another solar eclipse. In 2013, a partial lunar eclipse, an annular solar eclipse, and a penumbral lunar eclipse, all within one moon cycle. Whenever the sun and moon disappear like this, it leaves scientists both excited and amazed. Because to achieve such perfect alignment, the universe must calculate with near absolute precision. And if you're now asking, so when's the next time? Stay with me until the end of this video because I'll reveal when you can next look up and witness both a solar and lunar eclipse in the same month. Supermoon and solar eclipse, a double dance of the sky. If a solar eclipse is the dark magic of the cosmos, then a supermoon is the moment when the moon draws closer to us than ever before, brighter, larger, and full of power. But what if both happen on the same night? That's no longer just a rare event. It's a double dance of the sky where the moon reaches its closest point to Earth and then immediately moves in to block the sun's light. A near perfect alignment in timing, distance, and position. Let's rewind to March 20, 2015, an unforgettable day in astronomical history. Just 12 hours before a total solar eclipse, the moon reached perigete's closest point to Earth on its elliptical orbit. The result? People across Europe witnessed a maximum total solar eclipse, where the moon not only fully blocked the sun's light, but also appeared larger, clearer, and more dramatic than usual. In the Faroe Islands, Denmark, Iceland, and parts of the UK, daylight turned into darkness. A moment so mystical, some people were brought to tears. Just imagine, you're looking up at the sky, seeing an enormous moon, then suddenly, the light is swallowed whole and the entire world slips into shadow. No music, no sound, only the universe whispering in light and darkness like a silent symphony. For thousands of years, humans have looked up at the sky not just to check the weather, but to search for meaning. And every time a solar or lunar eclipse occurs, the universe seems to whisper something unseen, that there are still laws greater than all we know. That silent, perfectly timed movements are still unfolding, as if someone had written a grand symphony and the moon is simply dancing to its rhythm. You and I were just observers. But sometimes, just by looking up, we too become part of that symphony. If you want to keep exploring these incredible mysteries from celestial phenomena to the untold stories the sky still keeps, then subscribe to the channel so that each video becomes a journey bringing you closer to the quiet beauty of the cosmos. And who knows, in some moonlit night, you might be the first to witness a brand new secret written in the stars.